Hello everyone, this is the official screencast for week 8 and this is going to talk about the sitemap and storyboard. So you have your proposal done or you're wrapping up and you'll get it to me soon. And once I've gone over that and give you some feedback, you can start working on the sitemap and storyboards. I've added a couple links over on the side. First one is for the sitemap. Sitemap is pretty straightforward. You're going to just kind of map out what are the components of the website. So it's really making a diagram, and I have an example here of one that I made for teachers if they're making, let's say, a teacher website. So we have the main page here, and then here's like a world history page, here's photography, any outside links, and some sub pages underneath those. So this is kind of a basic site map. That's how you're going to approach it. You know, you're looking at your research from your proposal, from the people, you know, the potential visitors to your website, and what types of topics they'd like to know. I'm sure you have a pretty strong idea of what types of topics you want to have on the site already, so you can then just map those out. And it's really important in a website for a couple things. One is that you plan it out from beginning to end. And I've made the mistake of the past of just kind of starting a site and building off of it, and eventually having to tear it all down and start over because I just didn't have it mapped out in a way that fit the long-term use of the site. So I just started building and building, and then all of a sudden my navigation was off and the hierarchy was off, and that caused lots of problems. The other part is that hierarchy is that you have things nested um, as they should be nested, because that will help with the organization of the site. It will help with the maintaining and editing of the site as well, because if you are using one of these content management systems like Google Sites or WordPress or even Wix, having them in the right place will make the management of it go a lot easier. This is also good if you're making a site for someone else, so they can see where the content's going to lay, and our eyes and our minds work better when you have a hierarchy of some sort. So I made this one in Google Drawing, which is a very easy tool. You just go into um, Google Drive, create a drawing, then you have a blank canvas here, and you can really do with it what you want. You can insert different boxes, and that's a very simple tool, but it is very flexible. It can do just about anything you want. You have shapes and lines and arrows and however you want to do it. You can also use Lucidchart. Lucidchart is pretty cool. Let's sign in with Google, but it is a mind mapping program that you can do all sorts of graphic organizers of some sort. And you definitely want to log in with your Google account. And let's see, is it going to go there? Yes, any moment now. Okay, and then you can hit create, and you can create a blank document. So here's a site map, for instance, that they actually even have. If you do a search for a site map, you can check that out. And the last one is called Slick Plan, and this is pretty cool as well. So this is actually made for websites. So here's something I kind of drafted up in Slick Plan, and you can use that. Use any of the tools. You know, I'm not requiring you to use any one in particular. If you have something else that you'd rather use, then by all means you can use that as well. All right, so that is the sitemap. Now onto the storyboards. Storyboards is how you're going to start kind of thinking about the look and feel of your website. I know most of you are going to end up using a template of some sort. That's really going to define it, but you kind of want to have an idea of what you want it to look like beforehand. So I'm going to jump right down to the example. It's pretty simple. You're going to do this in paper and pencil. The way you're going to turn it in is you're actually going to take a photograph with your phone or your point and shoot or DSLR, whatever you happen to have, and eventually embed those into a Google document. So that's how you're going to turn it in. Really, I'm looking for 3 page levels. Home page. So what do you want on the home page? Where do you want it? You want to kind of draft it to the appropriate size. The second thing is a subcategory. Okay, so whatever, you know, or a category page, because generally you have a home page and you have like 2 or 3 or even more category pages. So what do those category pages look like? And then finally, what does a content page look like? So here's where the actual content is. And you want to think about navigation. Where is navigation? Are you going to have sub-navigation on a side? Are you going to have some graphics, some videos, whatever it is you are deciding upon doing? You want to kind of just rough sketch it out. Now, you're by no means bound to this. If things change or you get a great template that doesn't work the way you originally planned, you absolutely can adapt to it. But it is a chance for you to start that visualization process. And this would be something that, again, if you're working with a client, you should share these with your client. Here's the basic idea of what we're looking for, and then kind of get a go-ahead from that point. So, sitemap, you're going to map out the website, and then storyboards, you're going to just kind of look at what the pages are going to look like. And so the next phase will be now starting to actually build the site in whatever engine, website creation engine you choose. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And yeah, if we go back to the main page, let's look at the schedule here, and I'm asking for these to be done. Scroll down. July 20th. So we're still a couple weeks away, but I wanted to get you started on that. Probably you're going to spend most of your time this week finishing up your proposal and getting your infographic done. So if you have any questions, make sure to email me. And remember, we are not having an official class this evening. This is time for you to get some of that work done, and contact me if you want to meet in the Adobe Connect room to talk about your specific infographic or your specific website. All right, take care. Have a good week.